myself, I have been finishing games. I've been really trying to smash my backlog, thinking I can't get Animal Crossing, I can't, because that's going to take up another hour of my day, where I could be bashing out these indie games that I picked up during the sale. And one such game was Hotline Miami Collection. What a game. I'm just going to come up with it. I've 15 hours, or over 15 hours, it's probably fireworks. 15 hours, over 15 hours, probably more like 20, pushing 20 hours anyway. Hotline Miami, for those who don't know, is a top-down twin stick, kind of like an action hitman simulation game, you know. It looks a little rough when I loaded it up, first of all. It's like, it looks really, really janky, and you know, the graphical style they've gone from is a pixel art top-down. But you warm to it very, very quickly. You realize what everybody's doing. The animations are, very simple. You see the little legs walking out as you're looking top down from the person. And it runs incredibly smooth. So basically, it doesn't matter what it looks like, the speed at which this thing runs, and it doesn't matter what's happening on screen, whether 10 enemies attack you at the same time and you're shooting away, nothing slows down. It's just flawless throughout. So it's basic kind of twin stick, L stick moves, R stick aims. Strangely, it took me a little bit of a while to get used to the controls, because you would think that the ZR is the shoot button, but it's not. In the first one, that is Hotline Miami, the R button pulls your trigger for whatever you're doing, or swiping. If you've got a baseball bat, the R is basically your action button, punch or shoot in that direction. The ZR button then is for a lock on. So you can kind of lock onto enemies. So in the beginning hour of the game, I was accidentally locking onto enemies and dying because I hadn't shot and an enemy had come onto me, or I'd accidentally locked on and then tried to turn the reticule around to aim, and you couldn't aim because you locked on. So when you're locked on and you kind of do the aiming thing, it's basically flicking between different enemies. It's changing the focus of your lock on. And then ZL and the R stick, you can just look around the map further, but then you're stationary. You can't move while you're doing that. So the controls took a little bit of getting used to, because I'm not used to that R button and L button doing things like dropping weapons and shooting. But once you got into it, I mean, the game it seems short. It's like 15 levels to get through. And invariably a mission will start at your house and you answer this phone call. There's this, it just sounds like just like someone saying, come and pick up your washing. Make sure you're wearing your mask, or make sure you're wearing the correct outfit. Okay. And then you pop out, and that phone call is obviously instigated. You've got to clear the entire level of bad guys who are walking around this laundromat. And so you go to these locations by jumping in your car, and then it loads up the next level. Before entering each job, you end up choosing from a mask, and these masks are unlockable, basically. So you can, and each mask is different in that what the buff you get. So one mask might give you immunity from dogs. Dogs won't attack you, because it looks like you look like a dog. Another one might be one punch kills. So, but in that you don't have any weapons. Another one might be you can take one hit and not die, because this is a hard as nails top-down shooter where you get shot just that single once and you're repeating the entire level again. It's not an easy game. And there are instances of me getting into a level, especially towards the end, and you're playing through it, bang, you hit the first guy, second guy's got you. Right, bang, bang, you hit the second guy, the third guy's got you. Go back in, the first guy's got you. And there are instances of me playing through a level like 50 times. Fortunately, it's just as soon as you die and you press the B button, it's back into the level. There's no single second of loading. It's instant, which makes you not want to put the game down. I couldn't put the game down when I was playing it. I was playing it for 3-4 hour sessions, when I had 3-4 hour sessions I could do, and then look up at the clock and go, I got to go to work. Damn. And it's because of that instant replayability of each level. you can't. You just can't put it down. There is some weird elements to it. Between levels, you end up going to places like pizza parlors and stuff and buying stuff from people and having a chat with them. It's very short little sections. But as you're going on, this character's losing his mind by the looks of it, and people are turning up dead, and then the screen is flickering, and then it's back to normal. And as you progress through the game, weird and strange psychedelic things happen in the game. There's bonus levels as well once you complete the 15 levels, which is quite a nice crossover. There's a character you kill in the game as you progressing through it. And as one of the bonus levels, you are that character and you kill yourself as the bonus game and then see a different ending to the game. So you work your way through the ending, 15 levels, see that ending, then you work through the dead character's ending and the game finishes differently. I just thought it was fantastic. The music in it is great as well. Each time you go into a level, it's got a different music track, and it might be a nightclub level of music I don't like pumping techno, and then you'll go in, there's a little bit of jazz, there's a little bit of rock, but each track is fitting for its environment. Amazing soundtrack. And then after finishing that, I thought I'll take a break. I won't load up 2 for a while. I went straight into Hotline Miami 2. And it's more of the same, yes, but on another level. The storyline is better. It shows you the kind of level progression through watching VHS tapes. So it's got that grainy texture to it during cutscenes. You know, those little lines, and when you pause a VHS, it's got those white flickering lines across the screen. And it tells a story, jumping in time. So you'll see the rewind button go to the past, and the forward button to go to the future. So the story is much more involved. It involves like a corrupt cop. There's a crossover. There seems to be a crossover with the first game as well. It's setting up some of the elements that happened in the first game. There's a court case happening as well to try and catch these criminals that are perpetrating the phone calls and making people kill other people. And there's a greater variety of weapons. The weapons in the first one are pretty straightforward, shotguns, assault rifles, and they tend to shoot straight forward. In this, you got like flamethrowers, sniper rifles. You got dual-handed Uzis that when you press L, you normally drop the weapon. This is a special character that as you're holding the weapons out and pressing L, you sweep your arms out in 180 arcs, so you can like clear a whole screen in
Nice.
just a blast. So the absolute variety and the music and the way they've done the story in the second one, and the way it ends in a psychedelic level is the second one is absolutely amazing. Can't recommend them enough if you like a top-down twin stick shooter.
Yeah. Well, I finished the first one last year on Steam, and I absolutely loved it. And I think it struck a balance between difficult and not ridiculously difficult, because the last few levels were really tough. I don't know if you remember, there's one level where there's a big open space in the middle. It might actually be the last level. There's a huge open space in the middle of the level. And there's like a car showroom, I think. Maybe it's not the last level. I must have tried that one like 100, 200 times, just again and again and again and again and again to get it perfect. But I agree with everything you said about the first one. The soundtrack's fantastic. I really like the sort of the vibe of the game. Really interesting. And definitely challenging, but not too challenging. That's
too challenging.
That's what I really liked about it.
Every kind of run, there, especially in the second one as well, there's a certain way you've got to tackle an enemy. There's these big burly guys later in the second one that you can't kill in one shot. If you shoot them once, they'll come after you and hit you, and then you're dead. So you have to kind of back off and shoot them while you're doing it. But if you end up getting into one level with a baseball bat, and there's the two of these guys, and there's no way to take them out. So you have to kind of stealth hit someone to take their gun down, then take these two guys out in a specific way. Mm-hmm. And it adds more challenge, but it's never unfair. Mm-hmm. You always know, I can do better next time.
No, definitely good games. I recommend them as well. Really unique, really interesting.
If you didn't like Enter the Gungeon, Greg, maybe Hotline Miami is the way to go. Very violent as well, ultra violent.
I did just watch it there as you were speaking, and visually, I don't like it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But gameplay-wise, like, it looks okay.
It's fun. It's very fun.
It is fun. It is fun. I've enjoyed my time.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.